What's going on, vinyl community? It's your boy Trey from Imagine Just Records, and I am back from a long vacation to Buffalo. We actually got to go to a couple record stores. There was a couple thrift stores that were kind of in the mall. The crazy thing about up north in Buffalo is vinyl is literally everywhere. There's so much vinyl you wouldn't believe. And what we have on the turntable, let me grab it real quick. I actually got back today and I went through my little thrift store that I usually go to, and this is going to be Troubadour by Cale. We're huge Cale fans. This is going to be one of his albums that this actually has cocaine on it. Of course, they all kind of have different sounds, but this is a great one. That's what's playing in the background. Okay, so let me get back to my story. So, the city of Buffalo is literally filled with vinyl. I had to rent a guitar because I was playing for some family. It was kind of a big family reunion, and there's vinyl in Guitar Center. There's vinyl in Target. There's vinyl in Urban Outfitter. I mean, just all of these places. Everybody has vinyl. So I got to go to one record store. I mean, we only had a few days, so you kind of had to throw everything in. But I had some amazing finds for prices that I never thought that this would even happen. So let me go ahead. What's first things first is going to be, I picked up Jimi Page's solo album, Outsider. I've been wanting to get this for a while, and usually don't even see it. I just looked in his new arrivals, and this was in there, like $6. So I was like, yeah, I mean, sounds great. I don't know too much about it. I love, Jimi Page's stuff with Led Zeppelin. I love the stuff that he did with the Black Crowes. All that stuff's really good. So I think I've heard one or two songs, just kind of thumbing through Spotify, but this is going to be Jimi Page's Outsider. I think I picked that up for about $6, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. This next one really shocked me. First of all, I have everything of his kind of represses. I don't have anything that's original. But as I was thumbing through, I came across this, and it is John Coltrane Expression on Impulse. I believe I looked it up, and it's kind of dates back to 60s or 70s, but it was only $5. And right here it had a sticker that said media poor, and then vinyl just negative. So I asked the guy that was running the shop, I said, dude, he had a turntable going. I said, you wouldn't mind throwing this on, would you? So he put it on, and it didn't make a pop. It didn't make a skip. I said, all right, so you're not going to change the price. So I got this for $5. And the name of the record store, if you're ever in Buffalo, Capital City, Revolver Records. Revolver Records in Buffalo. They've got a great assortment. Very, very jazzy. There's a lot of albums that I could have picked up, but with limited space coming back on an airplane, I just kind of had to pick. All right, so more records from Buffalo. So one of the funny things that I thought was kind of humorous is that we have a Hollister here. They had a Hollister in Buffalo. We turned ours into like laser tag, and they've turned theirs into a half-price book. So you're sitting here walking in this mall, and all of a sudden you see this half-price books. So it said records $2 or LPs $2. So my son's asleep in the stroller, so I just push him on in, and I start looking through these records, and I noticed that a lot of these are music that I don't know, I've never heard of. A lot of it seems like it's from the UK, from Germany. It's kind of like it's different. It's stuff I've never heard of. It's artists that I've never heard of. Doesn't mean it's bad, like I was telling my wife. Doesn't mean it's bad. These records are sealed. They're here. Doesn't mean they're bad. Never heard of them, so I just he was asleep, so she started shopping, so I just kind of got my phone out, started listening to Spotify, started trying to figure out which ones I thought were cool. This is one of the ones that I purchased. It's James Levy and the Blood Red Roses. And it was sealed. If you've heard of any of these artists, I mean, please leave me a comment, because a lot of these guys I don't know. But something I listened to must have caught my eye, or caught my ear, excuse me. The record's caught my eye. Okay, next one's going to be East Cameron Folk Core presents The Kingdom of Fear. This was really cool, really, really unusual. And it was cool too. I haven't had a chance to throw these on the turntable because we just got back today. Now this is going to be one that I have seen from participating in record store days in the past years. This is Chrissy Hyde, Stockholm, live at the 229 Club in London, England. And it's still sealed. So, me being curious as usual, I walk up to the cash register and I'm like, hey, where do these records come from? And she told me that her boss had bought a record store that had kind of went under in Buffalo, and basically put all the records for $2. Okay, so she walked up to me and said, yeah, Urban Outfitters, they have vinyl. So I went in, I found this one, which is going to be Little PEEP, Come Over When You're Sober, Part 2. I think this guy's really, really interesting. I'm kind of just now getting into his music a little too late since he, passed away, but Rolling Stone said he was the next Kurt Cobain. So this is going to be Little PEEP, Come Over When You're Sober. And then this one kind of caught my attention because I actually like some of the stuff that she does. And this is going to be Julia Michaels. This one's kind of going to be a record that me and the wife listen to. I Know Issues is really good, and Worse Than Me. And we actually got these for all for, it says $14.99, but they were both 50% off, so that was pretty cool. Okay, now, we got a couple more to show. I got two surprises at the end. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but this is going to be another record that I just got, and it's going to be The Monkey's Head. This is a great Psych album. If you don't have this, you should definitely check it out. I'm going to kind of keep going because I don't want this video to be too long. And I'm going to show you, sorry about that. I'm going to show you one of the GRAILs that I picked up this weekend. Okay, so I got two left. I want to show you a Psych record that I think is the absolute best Psych record that is very affordable. Okay? You can pick this record up for probably $10. It's one of my favorite records in the Psych realm, and it's going to be Fever Tree. It is absolutely littered with Psych goodness. You've got San Francisco Girls, Man Who Paints the Pictures. They also do a cover of Day Tripper and We Can Work It Out by the Beatles. This is going to be one. This gets played so many times. I'm probably going to have to buy another one. And this is going to be Fever Tree. If you don't have this one, go get it. All right. Okay, so this last one I'm going to show, this is something that I was telling everyone that I was trying on the last video. I had picked up one of this guy's records, and I was saying I was trying to get all of the big albums of him, and I found this at a local record store, and it's going to be Electric Ladyland, the Jimi Hendrix Experience. It's got some ring wear, but man, the records are absolutely mint. You can still see that this was where he was selling it. My record store bought basically another record store's collection, and this was in there. Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland. So I'm slowly starting to get all the Hendrix albums. This is going to be a fantastic record. I want to try to get the UK version. That one's kind of hard to find. I don't really see it a lot in my town. But man, that's going to be it. So, I mean, gosh, Coltrane on Impulse, $5. Jimmy Page, Killer, $6. Last record. Oh, I forgot to show this one. This is going to be one that is a Psych record. I paid $2 for it. It's 5x5. It's actually on the Paula label, which is it's actually, this label is from my town, Shreveport. We had a guy named Stan the Man, which was Stan Records. You could see his label was Jewel Records, and he named his other label that he did Paula Records. This is going to be on Paula Records. This is fantastic. I looked it up on Discogs. It goes for like $40. I just found it, $2. This is an absolute great record. If you've heard of this, please tell me. Like I said, this was made in my hometown. So we appreciate you guys for hanging out. I'm glad I got to do a video, tell you a little bit about my trip to Buffalo. Lennon survived his survived his first flight across America. He slept on the last day. We had a 4-hour plane ride. He slept 3 hours, so it's really, really good because he was a rider. Thanks, Courtney. Blowing her nose. All right. So anyways, appreciate you guys for hanging out. If you can, hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Hit the like button. And we're going to keep coming out with more videos. You guys have a wonderful week. Happy 4th of July.